welcome to another edition of That's Nats. Yes, I changed the name because I don't want to stick to a regular schedule, and well, that's really the only reason. And I'm totally open to new name suggestions. So this is the High A minor league affiliate of the Washington Nationals, known as the Potomac Nationals out of Woodbridge, Virginia, held their hot stove banquet last night in Fair Lakes. Unfortunately for them, a snow and ice storm began in the hours leading up to the banquet, causing many of the attendees and even the participants not to show up. Still, it was better for those bidding on the silent auction items because they didn't have a lot of competition. The banquet began with an open bar and viewing of the silent auction items. The auction items ranged from a 00 Brandon Watson autographed baseball to an elaborate doll on a carousel horse to Ryan Zimmerman's autographed big stick. I'm not making that up. See the picture. Ryan Zimmerman's parents were also in attendance, and I was very pleased to see that his mom has a Washington Nationals logo on the back of her wheelchair. Very cool. I thought it was awesome. The head table consisted of Art Silber, Chairman and CEO of the Potomac Nationals, Congressman Tom Davis, Andy Dunn, Director of the Minor Leagues for the Washington Nationals, Randy Knorr, the returning Potomac Nationals manager and also known as the bullpen coach for the Nationals last year, John Hopkins, president of the Carolina League, and Dave Vincent, who was the master of ceremonies and is also the official scorer for both the Peanuts and the Big Nats, Bobby Holland, vice president and general manager of the Potomac Nationals, Courtney Steele, the 2006 high school softball player of the year, and Justin Wright, the 2006 high school baseball player of the year. Another speaker was Corey Stewart, the new chairman of the Prince William County Board of Supervisors. He is a big proponent of the new Potomac Nationals Stadium, which has come under fire recently and is up for a public comment session tomorrow at the Prince William County McCourt. The exciting news for the Potomac Nationals is that this season coming up will be their 30th anniversary. To celebrate, the last game of the season will have the world-famous San Diego Chicken attending the game. Also, Randy Knorr will have his own bobblehead doll given out sometime in early August. I look forward to that one. The Potomac Nationals will roll out their new website on Wednesday, done in conjunction with BAM, which is run by Major League Baseball. The new website should have more statistics for those of you stat heads. Bobby Holland, the general manager, went on to tout some of the Washington Nationals players who played in the Potomac Nationals last year on rehab assignments, such as John Patterson, Jose Guzman. Oh, wait a second. Who's Jose Guzman? Jose Vidro. And yes, he really said Jose Guzman. Keith Zimmerman, Ryan Zimmerman's dad, was also in attendance and one of the speakers promoting the Zims Foundation. He told a sweet story about how when Ryan was first drafted, he immediately went to the web to surf around and find him on the minor league team sites. Unfortunately, he couldn't find it until his wife told him, "Put a G in front of the Nats." Aha! There it was. He also told the story of when Ryan called to tell them that he'd gotten the call to the big leagues, that for any dad who's thrown a ball with his kid, that's a pretty exciting phone call. It got me all choked up. Art Silber, chairman and CEO of the Potomac Nationals, but usually referred to as the owner, got up to speak next. He seemed a little miffed when he reported that a Washington Post article had recently described him as flamboyant. Flamboyant became the word of the day, because next, Congressman Tom Davis got up on stage and said, "Corey and I, we're just flamboyant." Corey being the Prince William County Board of Supervisors chairman, who hadn't yet spoken. When Corey got up to speak, he said, "Flamboyant in journalism is sometimes a code word for other things. Good thing you're married with children." Like I said, word of the day. Art Silber's theme throughout his portion of the speech was, "But if there was no baseball, because without a new stadium, there can be no baseball in Prince William County." He didn't offer alternatives to where they would go or if they could go, just that if there was no baseball, Brandon Powell was awarded the Player of the Year award for 2006. Unfortunately, he was selected in the Rule 5 draft by the Padres. Last year, he had 14 home runs, 71 RBIs, and 30 stolen bases. Everyone is thrilled Randy Knorr is returning as the manager of the Potomac Nationals. Sadly, we will not have him as the bullpen coach this year with the big Washington Nationals. To tout his managerial skills, he said, "2 years ago, my first year managing," this is when he was with the Sand Gnats, "this kid shows up. I got him to Double-A in 4 days. That's how good of a manager I am." Of course, he was talking about Ryan Zimmerman. Andy Dunn, however, made no references to being flamboyant. He did, however, say, "If you really want to have some fun, go travel to the Dominican Republic with Jose Rijo." That's what I've heard. Thanks to Todd Jacobson sharing his story, it sounds like Jose Rijo is one heck of a guy who likes to live large. I wish I could do that. Andy Dunn went on to address the question on many people's minds in the audience: who are going to be on the Potomac Nationals next year? He said, "Well, if you want to know, drive down to spring training and ask the competition. So far, it's pretty wide open, with players competing for which team they're going to be placed on, as well as the positions they'll be playing." He gave some potentials, though, as Craig Stammen, Sharon Martis, Carlos Martinez, Marco Estrada, who he relayed the story of rollerblading up a hill means you have to go down the hill, and Marco broke his collarbone last year. Adam Carr, a closer, Brian Peacock, catcher. He also said Brian Peacock's nickname is Opie. He said, "Call him Opie whenever you get a chance." I get a feeling Brian may not be so fond of that idea, but it's worth a shot. After the formal speeches were done, everybody milled around while a slideshow showed design plans for the new stadium should it pass the budget and county supervisors. I didn't pay too much attention. I've already been through the stadium thing with the big Nationals, but I hope for their sake that a deal can be made. See? It's a curse. Everybody needs a new stadium. Instead of watching the stadium plans, I decided to go see how my silent auction bid was doing. What do you know? I was the only bidder, so I got a nice Brian Schneider autographed ball. Thank you very much. I didn't look to see if Brandon Watson's ball sold or not. Also in the swag bag were these lovely Potomac Nationals baseball cards. Ender Chavez, not to be confused with Endy. Brandon Powell, good luck where you've gone. Art Silver, that's a good one. Cole Strayhorn, but this one is my favorite. Uncle Slam. So the Nationals, now we're on to the big Nationals. Winter Caravan kicked off today. Check out the DC Sports Blog at the Washington Post blogs for all of your details on Manny Acta's future career as a second grade teacher, Nook Logan's favorite football team, how Nook Logan decided on baseball over basketball, and some more goodies. In pitching news, pitching, Tomo Oka is still in the running for the Nationals apparently, or actually the Nationals are still in the running for Tomo Oka. The Pirates, however, are not. You'd think that would bring it down to 2 teams between the Nationals and the Toronto Blue Jays, but apparently a third mystery team has entered the fray, and one article has quoted that as being the New York Mets. However, if Tomo Oka prefers to pitch in the National League, then the Nationals are the best bet. Hopefully he'll decide sometime next week. His agent, Jim Master Alexis, that just rolls off the tongue, Master Alexis. I have nothing to really say about him, I just wanted to say his name. And in final news for today, young pitcher Mike O'Connor from Ellicott City, Maryland will not be joining the starting rotation at the beginning of the season, in fact, not even at spring training. He's taken his time to heal his elbow after having surgery last year, and the team doesn't want to rush him. So the rest of the 4 slots behind John Patterson are still wide open. And that's all for That's Nats today. Catch you next time.